You go right ahead. But yeah, man, nigga been going through shit too, man. My wife, her grandma died. You remember the one I was
Damn.
telling you she was 102?
You
Yeah,
said
she passed.
her grandma, right?
Yeah, her grandma.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Her grandma. So her dad's mom passed away. She was 102.
Damn.
Almost hit. Matter of fact, today or
She
tomorrow's her
was
birthday. Well, she would have been 103.
damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I
So that's
can't
why.
even imagine. I can't even imagine like living that long, bro. Like shit.
Yeah, man.
It's like
It's a lot.
65 more years. That's more than how old I am right now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, boy, and just the plain fact she got pictures of slavery, man. You feel me? Like, and
I
because
bet.
she from Georgia, so she was the youngest one. So the picture where she showed us like she was the baby, like maybe two, possibly three, between 2 and 5. You feel me? Based on the picture, because sometimes we take pictures, you look bigger, so I can't really tell. But you see the shack that all the in, the shack where all the slaves had to live in and certain shit like that. You feel me? You see in the back, you see like cotton fields and stuff like that. So yeah, man.
That's just
So yeah, that's why I really wasn't pressing as far as like trying to get back on, recording. We had Christian, the baby, then
yeah,
I was like, all right,
it's
man,
all
you just
good, man. Unless y'all tell me y'all want to record because I stay busy, bro. Like I'm busy all the time, bro. Like it's like
trust me,
nonstop.
trust me. Yeah,
Um,
and it's good though because now I think the Canes going we're headed in the right direction. You said baseball
oh
season
yeah,
is done. You feel me? So I see the coach resigned. I was gonna ask you about
yeah,
that in a
yeah.
little bit. You feel me?
You seen that? Yeah, I
Right.
got some inside information on that too. To be
Oh,
honest,
okay,
yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
yeah, go ahead and
I'm
set
in the
that
know
thing
with everything now, bro. I'm in the know with everything now. Like when you
off.
in this, somebody, another journalist was telling me, he was like, man, once you start just consistently, you're in it, the information just comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what be happening sometimes, and that's what happened with that situation. But yeah, let's get this thing started. It's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin, chilling with my guy Wes Pierre Westradamus, and I'm bringing you the Benjamin Report. Make sure you also subscribe to CanesCounty.com as well as this podcast, the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms as well. Wes, first first and foremost, I need to ask you how you doing, dog. Just how you feeling right now because we had a sad ending, to two of our beloved teams, mostly the Miami Heat, because obviously it's basketball. Um, just your feelings on how the seasons ended, and just yeah, just your thoughts first, and we'll get into
Heartbreaking,
other stuff.
heartbreaking, disappointing, um, mad. I had a whole bunch of feelings. Of course, it wasn't as bad as when we got cheated in the bubble, and it wasn't as bad as last year when we actually didn't make it to the finals. Jimmy Butler missed that big shot. It was a roller coaster. You feel me?
But
For the most part, it was in our favor because everybody didn't, give us any chance. The haters gonna hate us because of the beaches of women in the weather, and they hated us because
facts.
we were sweeping motherfuckers in the first round, gentleman sweep. Second round, we was mutting the New York
Yeah,
Knicks, and then we wind up doing the Boston Celtics. But as far as with the finals, I'm content with the finals because after seeing Joker, you feel me? Like I'm like better team. I, I say better team because we didn't have Tyler Hero and we didn't have Oladipo, so I can't really say if it would have been a difference. But we needed scoring. We didn't have that. Jimmy Butler, he wind up, just losing all that energy. I don't know if he was injured. Of course, she's not gonna say that. That's what real niggas do. They're gonna go ahead and say, we just had a bad game and the better
yeah,
team won. But for me, I feel good again because nobody thought that we were going to make it that far.
yeah,
Even myself in the beginning, before the playoffs. When we got in the playoffs, I felt some type of way. I felt like, that we really had a shot to actually win. But it kind of diminished once Tyler Hero actually lost. Not lost, but wound up not being in the lineup because of a broken hand. And then you have Oladipo, him injuring himself. Hopefully he makes a full recovery. It may be a positive for the Miami Heat. I don't know if they're going to bring him back. I think last year was the contract year to see if you were going to go ahead and bring him back. But I feel good. I feel good just because we lost to the better team. We lost. We the only team that held Denver to the lowest point percentage in a series. That's coming from the 8 seed, a team that's not supposed to be there. They handled LeBron James. They handled all the people that we wanted to go ahead and play in the end. Of course, I told you I wanted that rematch from the bubble with LeBron, but he wound up getting spanked by them. So just the plain fact that they were undefeated at the crib before playing us, we handled that. Remember, they're the number one team. They got the MVP of the league, and we wind up holding them down to their lowest point percentage in the playoffs, and that speaks volumes for me. And that's what us being kind of crippled. Like I said, Tyler Hero not there, Oladipo not there, but sometimes the anger comes from Eric Spoelstra not putting Hero in the game when he was actually cleared to actually see if he could give us something. That's one thing that made me frustrated and mad. You got Yurt 7, you feel me? This guy giving you doubles. Same place he came from, the G League, like everybody else, and you decided not to give him any playing time. We got a rookie in Jovic. We haven't seen him, and he in the regular season, like he was showing me that he can actually score the ball. He can actually take the ball up the court, just in case, even though he's not a point guard or a guard, period, he have them handles just like that. And it would have made a better, finals for me if this guy Jovic and Joker, they know each other. You feel me? Like let's throw them in there and see what we got. You feel me? Because me personally, I just don't think that we gave everything. I think the people that was playing gave everything, but I don't think Spoelstra allowed other people to actually play and probably would have gave us, something. You feel me? Because Yurt 7, I think he's a 7-footer. I mean, I don't know how big he is, but a 7-footer, you gotta be heavy. You may not be 285 like Joker, but you gotta be at least like 250, something like that, And we didn't get that, It just was really disappointing how we actually lost, but I'm not so disappointed just because we're not supposed to be there, supposedly. You feel me? Over here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, we know that the Heat culture is what it is, and we always got a shot when you got people like that on your team. So, bittersweet, and I'm just looking on to the future. How you actually feel about what happened? Oh, and I lost money to Gene. I lost $300 to Gene. And I lost another $100 to my wife's coworker. But I'm up $600 because Gene gave me $1,000. I was playing with house money.
Yeah, you had the playoff run. That playoff run did you good. That's why you was making all those bets. You were just like, hey, I got all of this, so let's see what else I can do with it. But man, same thing with me. I cashed in on the Heat and the Panthers making it to the finals, but then, it didn't work out in the, Stanley Cup finals and the NBA finals. But I'm going to start with the positives, man. Both of these seasons were successful, man. Like they were successful seasons to me, because these moments that we had, I'll never forget them. I know you won't forget them, and Miami fans will forever remember this year as one of those years that we had a lot of fun. Where we had a lot of fun just watching this team and just watching them beat Boston. The way that they did, we're always gonna have that over Boston. The fact that the Panthers went in there in their own house, beat them. The fact that we went in there, ate everybody outside of South Florida was thinking that they're going to reverse sweep us.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? We dogged them out. in Game 7. So I'll forever have that memory for me. But when I look at this team, man, the first thing that jumped out to me was that Jimmy Butler needs help. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler needs another guy. Jimmy Butler is a great player. He is an outstanding player, and he can carry you from what we've seen to the finals. Twice he's done this.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as winning the finals, he needs one more piece because the playoffs is a grind, man. Like you playing game every other day, pretty much, and it takes a toll on you. And he was injured in the Knicks series, and he ended up, fighting through that. You talked about the other injuries that we fought through, and we were still able to get to the NBA finals. So those are kind of the positives that I get. But like I said, I feel like Jimmy, it's been a while since it happened, but when it happened, I was like, Jimmy choked. Like in my mind, I was just like, Jimmy choked this game, especially the last couple of games.
Good
You
thing we
know,
didn't record then.
yeah, because I was fuming. I was just like, man, Jimmy choked this game away. But like I said, reflecting on it, I just feel like he needs another piece. He needs more help. He can only give you so much. He's a average to above average shooter. He's an average to below average 3-point shooter. He's an excellent defender. And he's a pretty good passer as well. But he's the type of guy that you don't want him to be the point guard, and you don't want him to be the main scorer. I don't think he really wants to be that guy. I
You
feel like
don't.
Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy be like, "Oh, so y'all need 20-30 this game? I let me see what I could do." You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's how Jimmy goes about it. I don't think
Mhm.
he wants to. I think he would rather defer to someone else to be that guy, and he just get his buckets when he can. So that was kind of my first thought. The second thought, it's interesting that you said a bunch of other players needed to play. I wasn't really thinking that. I was just thinking that Duncan Robinson needed more minutes. Every time he was in the game, he provided you with something. There was so many times in these playoffs, Duncan Robinson probably helped you win games. He helped you win some vital games, and I think they should have ran more plays for Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson was trying to get buckets where he could. There was a couple of times where he was cutting on, back cuts to the basket where he made shots. I think if you had a little bit more of that, or just setting more screens for him to get open,
Mhm.
I think it could have been a different story. Some negatives to me, besides Jimmy Butler choking, I think some players, Wes, gotta go, bro.
I already know who you talking about, man.
So some players gotta go, man. And shout out to Bam though. Bam was the most valuable player in the NBA Finals. He,
Even though he was not consistent with a lot of his
he was
shots
he wasn't consistent, but like he to
in the
me
finals, at least.
he was the most consistent in the NBA Finals.
Yes, he was.
So I'm not gonna say Bam
Well,
got
not consistent, most aggressive because,
yeah,
like
he
I
was
said,
more aggressive.
him
He
on the
had
top of the key, he was in making those bunnies at the rim. He was in making those. That was the thing that was actually killing me. Like I'm like Jimmy ain't
yeah,
hitting, Bam ain't hitting. I'm like damn, but at least Bam was aggressive. Jimmy would get to under the rim and be kind of like hesitant, and that's kind of what had us lose the game in
yeah,
the end when we had a few seconds left, and then I think we could have made it a one point lead, and they would have had like some time to probably try to run one play. You feel me? Enough time to run one play, and we
yeah,
probably would have played our best defense and see how it goes there. But after he ran into the paint, and then he was clogged up by Jokic and whoever else was guarding him originally. Like nobody was in position to receive a three or an open shot, and that ended the game. So yeah,
yeah. I
mm,
mean, Bam to me had was the best player at NBA Finals, but to say that is sad. you don't never want to say that. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to watch a Heat game or Heat series and say Bam is the best player, because if that happens, then we more than likely losing,
I
because he's
think,
not going to make the majority of his shots most of the time. He's not even as aggressive as he was. He could have been more aggressive to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Jokic is a great player, a dominant player, but he's an average defender. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really took it to him enough. I don't think they took it to Jokic enough to try to get him in foul trouble.
yeah,
Like,
and
why
that,
not try to get to Jokic to try to get him in foul trouble? Because obviously, if he's on the floor all the time, there's no way you're gonna stop this team.
and that's
So
the
I
thing
think
that's getting me
they
mad.
messed up there. And then players to me that gotta go. I love them because they Heat players, but Max Strus, man. Max Strus got to go, man. I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't give you enough to be a starter in the NBA to stay on this Heat team. He just doesn't give you enough. Like, he is supposed to be there. He's supposed to be a 3 and D type of guy. His
See,
defense is average. His defense is average, and he's sometimes with the three. Like, every 3 games, 4 games, he has a good game, decent game. But the fact that you got a zero in the NBA Finals, unacceptable. Another player before you rebuttal is, I know you like him. I like him too. But Gabe Vincent, bro. Gabe Vincent's got to go, man. I'm sorry. He's got to go. He's a good player. Good player. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what you need from a starting point guard, you know what I'm saying? Kyle Lowry, he is what he is. He's old. He's only going to give you what he's going to give you as a backup point guard to this point. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's trade bait. But for a starting point guard to also put up a zero or 2 points or whatever he did in multiple games, nah, it's just unacceptable. You just got to score at least 12, 15 points in a game, in an NBA Finals game. Those
I,
two players, I'm sorry, have to go.
I
Duncan,
want to agree.
Duncan
I want
Robinson,
to agree.
the only reason why Duncan Robinson should go for me is because of his contract. I feel like you paying too much money and not getting enough.
But
But
that's what.
if he was willing to take a pay cut, I would keep Duncan Robinson. Kyle Lowry, there's no way in hell I would keep Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted him here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he hit some big shots here and there, but nah, his big booty Judy Kyle Lowry needs to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
player
see,
that has to, that who I want to stay out of all these role players is Caleb Martin. I feel like Caleb Martin is a player that I think can get even better. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes he gets into this like space where he's not sure if he should be aggressive or should he be passive. But I think with more time, he's just going to get better at that. And he got the size. He can shoot the three. He plays D. He runs the floor. He's an asset that you should keep, just like how they should have kept Jay Crowder. Even now, Jay Crowder's kind of out of his prime now. But like he's that type of player that you should keep, that like Miami should have kept a few years ago. But yeah,
me,
those are my thoughts on like the Heat and what they should do
uh,
at this point. You know what I'm saying? But to agree with your point before you rebuttal is that Denver, I hate to admit it, but they was just a better team. You know what I'm saying? I hate to admit it.
absolutely.
I really do. It
Well,
hurts my soul to say
well,
that
I
because
want
I
to
was
say
not
that
saying it
too.
at all during the finals at all. You know what I'm saying? Even to the last game, I still felt like we could possibly come back from 3-1. But
Mhm.
overall, I think they were just a better team. And Jimmy Butler and Bam just didn't give you enough offensively to really compete.
Me personally, I think. Well, first of all, I think the coach was is a better coach than people think he is. You feel me? Because I remember when Golden State, before Golden State was Golden State, when you had what's his name as a point guard. I forgot his name. It was not Steph that was the main guy. I forgot. It was an old school dude, black dude. Well, anyway, he was on the coaching staff. That was even with the guy that you
You mean
remember
the
the guy,
coach?
huh?
The coach for Golden State?
No, not the coach, but the player. He was the point guard. I forgot. He was the truth
Uh,
too. Forgot his name.
before, around that time, Monte Ellis.
Not Monte Ellis. It was somebody else, man. He reminds me of the guy from Roots. He reminds me of the guy from Roots, man. You feel me? I don't remember his name, but
Baron Davis, B Diddy.
yeah. You have Baron Davis. You had Baron Davis, and you had the other dude from LA, the one that what they call it, Derek Fisher wound up snatching his girl. You feel me? Forgot his name too. But anyway, when they were on the same
Jason
team,
Richardson.
yeah, was it Richardson?
Not Jason Richardson.
No, the red dude. You feel me? And Derek Fisher snatched his dime. You feel me? He got kids with the girl. You feel me? His baby mama. I forgot his name. He got his own podcast right now.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
But anyway,
Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Matt Barnes. He be always want to fight and shit. But yeah, when they're on that team, when you have Baron Davis, Matt Barnes, and a couple of other pieces on that team, this is before the Steph era and stuff like that. That was the assistant coach. You feel me? He was the one that handled the defense. And that team, defensive-wise, was on point. You feel me? I didn't even know. They spoke on that somewhere where I was listening. I'm like, what? Really? Because at the end of the day, I'm over here thinking that Spoelstra's the best coach in the league, of course, right now, besides Popovich. But in the playoffs, I think, Spoel was that guy until he met that guy. And then that guy is somebody that really been there. He's a defensive-minded coach just like Spo. And because I remember, in the beginning, I ain't like Spo. You feel me? I thought Spo always didn't go deep into his bench. This is not the first time I'm complaining about Spo not going deep into the bench in playoffs, and then we wound up losing this, that, and the other. But, hey, it is what it is. They still was not the better team. They just had the better two players. Because the team-wise, I think we were a better team. But if you're talking about, mismatches, we don't have people that's 7 feet on the team, okay, y'all got us. But then you got Joker and Murray. They averaged. They had a triple double first time, I think, in a minute. Two players on the same team getting a triple double. You feel me? So they had that, and we were not doing what we needed to do on our end to, stay close, and then probably doing something late in the game. But as far as the people that need to go, that's where I disagree with you. I mean, Gabe Vincent. Why would I want Gabe Vincent to go? Because first series, second series, third series, you feel me? He balling like a big dog. And then ultimately them giving him 3 fouls in the first half of first he got injured with his ankle. Then he came back supposed to be the big dog, and they gave him 3 early fouls in the first quarter. You ain't see him until the second half. He was not able to get into his groove, you feel me? Not only from trying to come back from injury, but now everybody's hot and I'm cold the whole game. So I can't blame Gabe Vincent for that. And especially you somebody that nobody thought was going to do anything anyway. I can't expect that much from people from the G League, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? The people that need to go is Kyle Lowry because he got this big contract. The people that's supposed to go is Duncan Robinson because you got this big contract. I love that you added more to your game, going to the hole, passing to different people, and being a playmaker at times rather than standing on a 3-point line and people know exactly what you plan on doing. But again, you're a liability. You're a liability, you getting paid all this money. And like you said, if you're going to restructure your contract, it's all good. As far as Kyle Lowry, I'm over here like, damn, they just got rid of Chris Paul. You feel me? They got rid of Chris Paul when he was getting paid $15 million. You feel me? From the Suns, it was supposed to be 30 or something like that. But, after the trade, it guaranteed. But he was supposed to be getting $15 million, and they got rid of him. You can't tell me Chris Paul is not better than Kyle Lowry. Both their asses injury prone. You feel me? One is a champion, one is not. But regardless of the fact, I think Chris Paul is a better player overall, defensive-wise, managing the ball. Anything about basketball, I think Chris Paul is a better player than Kyle Lowry. So, you feel me? Kyle Lowry need to go because look at what the Suns just did. You feel me? They had supposedly a big 3, and they decided to get rid of this guy to make another big 3 with Bill. So again, when it comes, I'm comparing this just point guard, pure point guard. Him, Kyle, you gotta go. You gotta go. The last 2 years, it hasn't been the greatest. again, you did your thing here and there, but not enough to be getting paid like $30-something million a year. You feel me? If anything, it's Jimmy's fault that you here because he wanted his peoples. He wanted the godfather to his child to be part of the team. So that he can't really snap because where you gonna be getting that look, if that extra 30-something mil, you don't think we could have got somebody or multiple players that could have gave us offense and stayed on the damn court, especially what you got Gabe Vincent and Strus, doing their thing majority of the playoffs. You feel me? As far as with them, I think Strus, I think it just came to a point where
you want to keep
everybody was tired, huh?
You want to keep Strus?
Nah, I want to keep Strus for a trade. Because
that means you don't want.
I want Dame Dollar. I want Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar is the point guard. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and give up Strus. Go ahead and give up Kyle Lowry and go and give up possibly
Gabe Vincent.
But you need a backup. You need a backup for Damian Lillard and Gabe Vincent just proved that he could be the second guy because all through on playoffs he showed that he's close to being a number one guy on another team. You feel me? But again, he's not supposed to be giving you all them points because he was supposed to be coming off the bench. He's not supposed to be the starting guy. It's supposed to be Kyle Lowry, and we giving him heat because Kyle Lowry, bitch ass, was not doing what he needed to be doing. You getting paid all this money. Yeah, if Vincent is not having a great game, but he don't get paid like that. I don't expect that from somebody that ain't paying.
That's the thing. Gabe Vincent's about to get paid, bro. And we're not going to be able to offer his contract is up right now. He's a free agent. You telling me there's not you telling me that there's not a whole bunch of teams out there that's not willing to pay Gabe Vincent? They're going to pay him based on what they saw. But I don't think we should match that. That's the thing. I don't think we should match whatever. Like there's going to be a middle of the road team like Orlando or like Charlotte that's going to pay Gabe Vincent like big money. And I don't think we should pay it because
I'm not saying for them to match it. I'm just saying
to me
who's a better fit for me. Because I'll have Damian Lillard as a starting point guard, Vincent as the backup. Then you're gonna have Tyler Hero. Hopefully he's not in the actual deal to get him here. You feel me? But you have and then you got Jimmy Butler, and then you got Jovic, you got Bam, you got certain people. Now, as far as Yerk 7 and all these people, get rid of these people. Why do you have these people here if you're not going to play them? You're not going to play them in regular season, and you're not going to play them in playoffs. So get rid of them. Get rid of Udonis Haslem. He went ahead and saluted, did his 20-year bid like a big dog with heavy nuts. You feel me? Retirement is a good thing when you could be with an organization for 20 years. That's plenty. You don't have plenty of people that actually do that. You feel me? Definition of being undrafted and showing like, yo, man, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all over here thinking that I ain't gonna make it. Y'all thinking that he trash. Y'all thinking that I'm trash. I'm gonna show y'all that this culture, it gives you a little extra. And not just that, but you already know what it is, man. Being on a personal note, like when people feel like you can't do something, Marcus, you gonna make it your effort to prove they ass wrong. You feel me? And I think that's exactly why the Miami Heat are the way we are. But to be honest with you, like, yo, that's why I don't want to get rid of Strus, Vincent. At the same time, I don't plan on paying them that type of money. But again, the only reason why we talking about money is because Kyle Lowry is making this money. He's not supposed to be here. That'll be extra money that you could have gave him. You could have gave Vincent like $5-10 million. You feel me? You could give him that $10 million from 30. I think he getting paid like 35. You still got 25 left over. Yo, man, you feel me? Get rid of Duncan Robinson. You don't need him because he a liability defensive. And I don't want to sound like a racist, but I'm sorry, man. We need a whole bunch of black niggas in this shit. You feel me? Because it seems like, for real, when it comes to defense and certain shit like that, man, they be trying to white people, man. They be like, they used to do the same thing with Dragic. They used to try certain people like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but for real, they don't expect. I don't expect that type of defense from a Caucasian or somebody that's just white. You feel me? Like, I mean, look at Jokic. Jokic's the MVP, and his defense is not that great.
You're right, but there's a lot of players.
White.
First of all, it's hard to judge because most of the NBA players are black anyway.
But
But
we
there's a
talking
bunch.
about the ones that's white. JJ Redick, you play defense? No. I know you're out the league, but you play defense? No. You
There's got
feel
to be
me?
some white. I gotta think for a little bit, but
Exactly.
your point is made because I gotta think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, is that true? I could think of a bunch of just, James Harden is trash, when it comes to defense, but
Yeah.
like,
It's not just the
but
white people, but
there's not that many white players, period. But like the
and
ones
then when
that
you got
are
one, you
in the
don't play
league,
defense.
I don't know any that's really solid defenders like that. I think Sabonis is probably a decent defender. I can't think
That's
of that
it.
many white players, period. Like, what other white players can you even think of?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I say, you feel me? And we got two of them. We got Kevin Love. Kevin Love was a double machine when he was in
He used to be
Minnesota,
a good
but
defender, but he's old now.
and he's old now, but I don't know how his defense was then.
His
You feel
defense was
me?
good. He was an all-around player. Like, when he was in his prime in Minnesota, he was dominating like everything. But he's old now.
Yeah. 2020 all day. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's what I see with the Heat. I don't want to speak on the Heat too much because their season is over.
You got me thinking, man. I'm just trying to think of like what players, because Dirk Nowitzki, he wasn't really that good of a defender.
That's what I'm saying.
And then John Stockton, Steve
Defense,
Nash.
no. Offense,
Steve Nash, nah.
no.
There
Steve
was no
Kerr,
real.
no.
Yeah, Steve Kerr. Hell no.
He done got his ass black from Jordan. Hell no, man. Like, come on, man. No.
Damn.
See, and that definitely.
I'm about to just Google this, man. White defenders.
that definitely ends that argument because, like I say, you know what I mean, like, that be the problem because your offense got to be so on point that you giving them points on defense, it ain't nothing because you so offensively stout. You feel me? Or when we play zone, we able to hide your ass in the zone and people don't know that it's you. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm like, yo, they can't put Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero in the game at the same time. And that's both our offense. That's crazy. You can't put Duncan Robinson and Kevin Love in the game at the same time. Again, the defense is going to shred us. So, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll bring back Kevin Love for another one, though, because I think that was a great pickup. And I think, personally, like, I think that's what we needed all along, somebody that can actually stretch the actual floor. But, yeah, man.
Right, so I had to Google it. So some names did come up. Ooh. And this is a name that people are thinking about coming to the Heat, too, is the Unicorn, Porzingis. He's a good defender. He is a good defender. You got to come on. He defends the rim.
I ain't paying his ass.
Well, I'm not saying we should take him. I'm just naming the white defenders since you say white people don't know how to defend.
He's a twig. His ass get
Adams,
injured a lot.
Not Sam Adams, but what's his name? Adams. He was on.
Oh, the one that looked like Aquaman.
He looked like a Viking. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like Aquaman. He looked like
Yeah. Adams, he's a good defender. He was injured.
Okay. But then your offense is so trash. You feel
yeah.
I want somebody that got both.
I mean, both is hard for any player though. Like Jimmy Butler is kind of in a class of his own when it comes to like that right now. Kobe, Jordan, those were guys. D Wade, were good at both. Shaq, Alonzo, Charles Barkley, those guys were good at both. But those are Hall of Famers, all of them. There's not a lot that were good at both. But that's a good one, man. They say AK-47 was good. Kevin Love, somebody mentioned Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying?
Young Kevin Love.
Marc Gasol and Pau Gasol. The Gasol.
These motherfuckers are retired, man. Like you gotta go to the archive, boy.
Yeah, they were good.
Talking about people that's in the league. That list is already done.
Yeah.
I see you smiling like, yeah, man. God, damn.
Yeah. That's it.
It's
That's
okay.
it.
It's okay. I'll say all the politically wrong things for you. You feel me? Just be like, yep, and keep it moving. You feel me? I'll get in trouble.
I mean, if it's a fact, if it's a fact, it's a fact. You know, like,
But yeah, man.
but yeah,
Um,
they are few between.
but that's the past. Let's talk about the future. Right now, there's you know, there's some chatter about, Dame Dollar. We spoke on this before.
Yes, sir.
And I seen him. He had an interview when they asked him, if there was any team that you wanted to go to, besides Brooklyn and all these other teams. And he was like, Miami, obviously. You feel me? That's the team I would want to go to. That him and Bam got a good relationship.
What
Supposedly,
I
I think.
loved about that answer was not the word Miami, but more the word obviously. You know what
You
I'm saying?
feel me? You
The
feel
way
me?
he said, well, obviously Miami. You know what I'm
Like that's
saying?
a no
Like,
brainer. You feel
you
me? No,
know,
no,
I love
he
that.
have to say that because they don't think Miami's nobody. They don't think we're contenders. We just made it from the finals, and they don't even have us ranked 1, 2, 3, 4 for making it back, or being one of those top teams in the East to even make it back. So I'm happy he said that too. The obviously. But yeah, man. And I think he has ties with Jimmy Butler as well. I think Jimmy Butler is trying to recruit him. It is what it is, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. Pat Riley spoke today, had his press
Yeah.
conference, but he couldn't really say
God,
much to him. Yeah, the Godfather, he couldn't really say anything. You feel me? I think there's 4 days left before 4 or 3 days left before they can actually start talking to players. It
he
won't be
did say
considered
some
that.
interesting things though, man. Like I had to pull it up because I wanted to read it. He said
Okay.
that Tyler Hero is an anchor of the Heat franchise and wants to build around him, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. An
Yes,
anchor, bro? Like an anchor?
he
See,
is.
I don't like I'm not opposed to Tyler Hero coming back. But when you say anchor, you make it sound like he's untradeable. And
Nah.
I think he's tradable. You know,
Yeah.
like he's definitely tradable because I would say the majority of the teams in the NBA would want a Tyler Hero. He's still young. You know, he hasn't really I don't think he hasn't hit his prime yet. So imagine when he does.
Mhm.
So to say he's the anchor of the team, I didn't necessarily like that statement. And then he also did say that that more overall wing size and length, I think, is what everybody's looking for. And there was one more statement I wanted to say here. Um, he said finding somebody to help Jimmy Butler won't be easy. I would like to get him more support, but right now it's on his shoulders. And
Mhm.
that happens with a lot of great players. I would like to pick the perfect complement to him, but that's not going to be easy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for
He's saying
me,
all the right shit.
that last statement though, for me, maybe I overanalyze stuff. Obviously, I'm a reporter, so I kind of overanalyze words. That's what we do. But the fact that he said it's on his shoulders makes me feel like he expected maybe a little bit more in the big moments from him, and that
Absolutely.
he wants to see more from him in the big moments. To me, he's
Absolutely.
saying like he gonna do his best to try to get Dame or whoever else, but it's still up to Jimmy Butler to make this happen for the Heat. And then you know how I felt about the Tyler Hero statement. I mean, well, what you think about those comments in particular?
I mean, Pat Riley's gonna go ahead and say what he need to say to make people feel comfortable, or whatever noise that's out there, quell them, calm them down and stuff like that, because he hear the same shit. For him to say that about Tyler Hero, I think that he's probably using that as a chip to giving Portland him for Dame on top of other pieces, because if you're saying that he's an anchor to team, then you want to anchor. The real anchor to our team is Bam Adebayo. You feel me? And Bam has a relationship, you feel me, with them boys. I heard earlier today that Yahoo Sports has said that, Portland wants Bam. And we know that's not happening, because he's the real anchor. Now, when it comes to Tyler Hero, like I said, I think he's just saying that, being politically correct, but he know that everybody and myself, you're
Why?
everybody knows.
Why would he need to be politically correct about Tyler Hero?
Nah, he need to be politically correct about Tyler Hero because last season everybody was talking about Tyler Hero being no. This matter of fact, the first season when he was here with Miami before he got that contract, everybody thought he was Hollywood. Negative shit around Tyler Hero. Boom, he get that money. He's injured in the playoffs. The following year, this is 3 years now. Again, more negative shit about Tyler Hero. Why? Because he broke his hand. And again, you out of all people, availability is the best ability, and he's not available. So for me to try to calm everything down, knowing that I want your ass probably, I want you, but if I could get Dame Dollar, then I'm gonna go ahead and have to make that play. But again, if you were talking about last year when you had James Harden and all these other people, he did the right thing by staying with Tyler Hero because, like you seen James Harden when his ass was in Brooklyn, his ass was fucking out of shape and certain things like that. So again, I think we made the right decision by running it back with this team. But again, running it back and then the anchor supposedly to our team offensively wise, at least he's not there again. And then there's just more negative shit to come around. One is your girl with all these picks. I feel you. She bad as hell. She be doing her thing. But again, Tyler Hero, I think for you, the best thing for you is to be in Portland. And I don't know if your hot IG model baby mama is going to be in Portland on a beach in her bathing suit and this, that, and the other. It rains a lot over there, so she's probably going to be inside the crib. And I think that Hollywood, how you be dressing, they put you on the screen on how you dressing and all type of stuff like that. I seen Harden, Wade, a lot on Westbrook were worse. But again, it seems to always have some negative light towards Tyler Hero, even though I'm like, why the fuck you worried about this man, how he drove in? Why you worried about his baby mama? But again, when it comes to the Heat, we don't really have all that noise around our players. If you look down the list of players, you don't hear none of the noise. The noise comes from Tyler Hero, even though he's not the one causing it. He's just living his life. You know what I'm saying? But again, you got to be available. And I'm going to trick you and say, this is my ace. And he's really not my ace.
All right. I mean, I feel you. I mean, and I do want to say, in Tyler Hero's defense, I think the broken hand thing was kind of a fluky play. He was diving for the ball and broke his hand. I mean, if it's an ankle or a knee, then you might say, okay, well, that might be an issue going forward. You know what I'm saying? But it's a hand. A hand puts you out for, unfortunately, a month or two, and then you back to normal. It's not like most people don't have reoccurring hand injuries. That usually doesn't happen. But I do. I mean, that's why I say he's tradable, though.
Okay.
At the same time, I feel like this player, I like him. I think he has potential to be really great. But that's why I'm saying, hey, why, Godfather? Why are you telling the people false information? Because you don't believe that in your heart.
Man, if I'm selling your ass a car,
the anchor, it's just
if I'm selling you a car, Marcus, I'm selling you a car. You think I'm gonna tell you like, I can't stand this car. This should be breaking down on me all the damn time. Or I'm gonna tell you like, boy, this is very reliable, clean title. I always do the maintenance, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna gas that car up so you can buy it. I'm not gonna say
this is I'm willing to trade that car for trade it in for something better. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Trading, buying, same thing. He's not gonna make it seem like this is something that he doesn't have a problem with parting with. You got to make them people think that you getting something in return. They're giving you Dame Dollar, and you just gonna give me Swiss cheese. You're gonna give me luncheon loaf. You're gonna
Nah,
give me, what are you gonna give me, like liver
nah.
and onions?
He don't like
No, I
he
want
don't
you
like
to I want you to be thinking I want to be thinking I'm getting steak and lobster. You feel me?
he
Young steak and lobster.
anybody could see the potential of Tyler Hero. He didn't have to say no anchor.
You
And
can't say that because they don't watch us.
like
They
you
hate us because of
said,
the beef
he's
between them
not
and
the
the weather.
anchor. Bam is the anchor. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Pat Riley knows that too. Even if he said Jimmy was the anchor, I'd be okay with that. But like
It's a bluff,
Tyler
man. It's
Hero,
a bluff. He's bluffing. He's bluffing like that. Don't feed it. It's a bluff. He's just trying to make it seem like, yo, when we after these 4 days, when we could go ahead and offer up some of these players and some of these draft picks, that one person that are the two people that's off the table is Jimmy and Bam right now. You feel me? Now another person that is off the table supposedly is Tyler. But we know he's not off the table. He's the number one piece. So when
right?
I'm giving you him, I want you to be thinking that you're getting gold. No, you're getting
All right,
silver. You're giving me
all right.
gold. I'm gonna give you silver. You feel me? So
If
I
Pat
think that's
Riley
what's going
said
on.
that, if Pat Riley said that, like I'm starting to buy what you selling me, but I ain't buying what Pat Riley selling me right now with that
Hey man, we can't
nonsense. Fuck that.
renege on the Godfather. Have faith on with the Godfather. So
All
it
right,
is
I'm
what
gonna
it
have
is,
faith.
man.
I'm gonna have faith in this team to put a wrap on this successful season. You know what I'm saying? It was a successful season
Yes.
by all accounts. We both doubted them on this podcast. We
Yeah.
doubted them. After that loss to Atlanta, I don't think anybody was believing in the Heat
Mm-hmm.
except for the people in that locker room. So the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they came back against Chicago, almost got eliminated, almost made history as the first 8 seed to win a championship, and I already talked about what they did to Boston was great. What they did to the Knicks was great. I can still say that to every Knicks fan, including your dog,
Mm-hmm.
G, of
Mm-hmm.
what the Heat did to them. The fact that we got revenge against the Bucks, 5 games. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People gonna be like, "Oh, Giannis didn't play," but still, we still gentlemen sweep their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if they was that good, then we wouldn't have gentlemen sweep them. So and he
Exactly.
played the last 2 games anyway.
And we still
So
tap that ass.
right, exactly. So I loved all those moments that the Heat gave us this year. And then the other thing too, I do want to say is that
Mm.
the the world noticed, bro. The world noticed the Miami Heat this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As much as they doubted us every round, they doubted us every round. But they
Mm-hmm.
noticed us this year. And a lot of other NBA players, whether it be Dame or any other player, they see this team and they be like, man, this team just needs one more player. And
Mm-hmm.
I can win a championship there. Heat
Oh,
culture, heat culture is real. Heat culture
mm-hmm.
is real shit. I want to be a part of that. And people are understanding now. It took them forever because the beaches, the women, and the weather
Mm-hmm.
blinds their logic. You know what I'm saying? But the Heat have been a contender for years, ever
Mm-hmm.
since Pat Riley, the Godfather, came to Miami. So
Definitely.
I think the world is really starting to notice, and I think that was the best thing about this Heat run. So shout out to the
Absolutely.
Heat. We ready, we ready for next season, and
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, and hopefully Dame Dollar comes to Miami, man. I'm just waiting for
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm just waiting for that notification to pop up on my phone saying Damian
Mm-hmm.
is signing
Hey,
with the Heat.
yeah, man. But I don't know if you've been busy as hell, man. I've been busy too, with everything that I told you prior to actually jumping on. But like this is why I feel sorry for Steph Curry. Because Aisha Curry, boy, she for the streets, boy. She proves again, time and time again, this diamond's for the streets. You feel me? Like she's on a show. I think it's The View. You feel me? And they got a butler or whoever coming out,
I
in the
seen,
back with some food or whatever it is.
yeah, I
And when
seen
she see him, she go like this, like I'm about to take off the ring because I want him in my guts.
it.
I look at that shit. I'm like, I show wifey just shake her head and look down. She don't even want to say nothing. You feel me? I'm like, dog. I mean, first, I think I heard y'all in a open relationship. I know my dime. I know your dime. I know Chris dime. That shit ain't flying. You gonna die today? That's what you asking me? That's the question you asking me. That's what you feel what I'm saying? Like, you gonna die today. That's what you like, come on, man. You feel me? Like, play it all out in your head before you even come to me with that dumbass question. Because you're not gonna ask that dumbass question. You feel what I'm saying? Open relationship. So I know it's not. Well, hopefully you're not getting handled by some other dudes. I don't think it's that. I think it's probably you joining in because you like, man, Steph, you know, he's the boy wonder. He got the cat eyes. You feel me? Dom's like him. He's red. He's a 4-time winning NBA champion, MVP. You feel me? Yeah. Any Dom will want to drop a jit with his ass. His kids are beautiful. Mm-hmm. Any Dom want to throw that sack at his ass. So what I got to do as Aisha, man, let me just join the party, man. You feel me? And he's like, all right, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Even if that was the case, why the hell would you have to tell the world this? Nobody cares. Nobody need to know
I think that's the thing for me. It's like, even if this is what y'all agreed upon, because I can see that being agreed upon because they known each other since high school, right?
Yes.
Like, and for me, like, if I'm with the same girl since high school, you know, and now I'm, you know, Steph Curry, I got millions, everybody knows me, I'm one of the greatest players to ever play, and I asked my Don, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me get just, you know, a night or two, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they agreed upon it, that's their business, you know. But like, I don't think it's our business to know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why she for the streets.
Because it makes you look like you're punk, and it makes her look like she for the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's just the optics of it. The perception of it looks bad. And the same thing with the whole ring, taking the ring off. It's like, I know people play around like that. Women play around like that.
Not on national TV.
Exactly. That was gonna be exactly my point. Like, I know people play around. I'm not gonna admit that I do. I'm not going to admit that I do, and most people wouldn't admit that they do something to that degree or say something to that degree to their boys or their girls when they chilling, having drinks, doing stuff, whatever. You know, whatever you do on your time with your peoples, your friends, your circle, that's your business. But you on national TV, and
you're a role model. You're a role model.
You're in a social media era where anything you do is gonna be a million likes, you know, a million views, you know. Especially you being in the limelight, not only you're just somebody on TV, everybody knows who you are,
and your kid. Everybody knows Riley.
Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows your husband. You are a semi-celebrity in your own right. Mm-hmm. So people are going to, you know, have certain opinions about it, and then all of a sudden it's a story. Don't make it a story if you don't have to. Mm-hmm. Is all I'm saying. Like, why are you creating this narrative for people? Because I know Steph Curry's boys is calling him like, yo, you seen what Aisha did today? And he got to explain it. You got to be like, oh, she was playing around like that.
Just playing. Meanwhile, you're 38.
Right. He got to go through all that, and no man wants to go through that. Newsflash. No man wants to have to explain something that their wife did that is considered to be inappropriate.
Yeah, make you look like a mutt. You feel me? And you make me look like a simp. You feel me? Yeah. I'm sorry. They already call me pretty boy, and they probably look at me like I'm soft just because I look a certain way. That's why he grew the damn beard. Everybody think I'm younger than he is. So, you know, he's subconscious of how he damn look. You feel me? Had to grow the damn beard. You look completely different with that beard. You feel me? But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, man, like, come on, Aisha. And then you look at your name. You got a ghetto name, Aisha. You feel me? Like, come on. You just proving the point. Proving the point even more. I do not understand why people do this. Like, again, at the end of the day, people want to do their thing in their own personal life. That's perfectly fine. But I don't think that it is appropriate for you to have that on national television. Like, did you not see Ja? He's a role model. He flashed the gun 25 games. Did you not know? Like, come on, man. Certain things you can't do. And she probably like, man, I didn't choose to be no damn role model. Yeah, that's what y'all saying. That's what Ricky Williams was saying when he was smoking trees. I mean, now it's legal in plenty of states, this, that, and the other. But at that time, he was a role model. Even though I think that there was crabbing just for a joint or whatever like that. But again, you're a public figure. You need to hold yourself to a certain standard. Again, don't like talking politics too. But again, you got Trump. He talks. And, you know, when you offend a lot of people and say a lot of things, you may be saying some factual shit, but it's how you say it. People not going to listen to you, because you represent the United States. You represent the citizens of the United States. So you got to hold yourself to a certain standard. Not just Trump, but people in politics, period. Officers, every teachers. You feel me? You got teachers that's getting fired because they have OnlyFans. Again, like, this is the stuff that we're talking about. When you're in a certain limelight and you're a certain figure in society, I know it's not fair. Trust me, I agree with you. You should be able to do what the fuck you want. But again, at the end of the day, that's not how it works. You feel me? Everybody know life is not fair. You feel me? But again, for you doing that, this is something that you brought onto yourself. That's why I don't feel sorry for Ja. That's why I don't feel sorry for Aisha making me think you a big ass mutt. You feel me? Again, it is what it is. Again, look, a leopard has spots and she got spots.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say about Aisha Curry, but you did bring up Ja. I don't feel sorry for him either, because hey, you gotta know better and you gotta do better. You know, the point blank. I mean, you already got busted for having a gun in a strip club or whatnot, and then again you do it again, and then you try to say that it was a toy gun. I wasn't buying that at all. Nobody's buying that shit, especially when that explanation comes weeks after the whole thing comes out. Weeks after, like, if it was a toy gun, it would have been immediate. Like, oh, yo, it's a toy. No. Like, come on, man. Like, I think he's just tripping, man. And I think he did right by, you know, taking himself off of social media. He needs to stop hanging around the dudes around him, because obviously they influence him in the wrong way. And at the same time, he's trying to be somebody he's not. You know, he's not a gangster. You are not a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Shannon Sharp said it best. You know, I don't even need to say any more behind this guy. We had our episode on his ass, and he's still doing the same thing. That episode like 2 months ago. So ain't nobody worried about Ja no more. What I am worried about is Zion.
You see, I was actually going to transition. Me and you were on the same page here, and I was gonna say, yeah, I don't feel sorry for Aisha. I don't feel sorry for Ja Morant, but I kind of feel sorry for what Zion is going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch is crazy. She crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is every cheating man or woman's worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in the limelight. It's like, damn. Like, first of all, he's a young dude. You know what I'm saying? He's got all this money, so he feels like, hey, I can just, you know, smash every dime. Which is kind of true for the most part. You know what I'm saying? He can, especially a dime like that, who's an OnlyFans porn star. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm confused about is, like, why are you mad? Why are you so mad? Like, you telling me you thought that a conversations through Snapchat was supposed to be legit? You know what I'm saying? Like, Did you notice that? Like, if all the messages that she put on blast was through Snapchat. Like, obviously, if he's messaging you through Snapchat, then he is not comfortable with you texting his phone directly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she made, like, you could have made your point with not all of this. Like, to this day, she's still coming at boy. You know what I'm saying? Talking about she
She
gonna
gave it
release
a
a sex.
law.
She talking about she gonna release a sex tape, and
She gonna go to jail. She do some dumb shit like that.
she really gonna mess up his career. And I was like,
Really?
and
I don't know if
I
it's
know
gonna mess up
exactly,
his
right.
career.
Since when do consensual sexual acts mess up somebody's career? Allegedly, Deshaun Watson went through a situation where he allegedly was not having was sexual misconduct or whatnot. And where he at last season? On the field. Where will he be at this season? On the field. You think you're gonna ruin somebody's career because he chose some other thotty over you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
it just blows my mind how dumb some of these people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really thought this guy was gonna wife you?
I mean,
I mean, he did wife a stripper, which is,
look,
kind
man.
of a step higher than where she's at. You at the lowest of the low. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I hate to say that because I respect sex workers. You do your make your money how you want to make your money, however you can.
Get it how you
But
live.
like we was just saying with Aisha Curry, the perception is going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to have the perception of wifing a porn star or an OnlyFans.
I mean, shit.
For the simple fact that a bunch of dudes out there is getting off on your girl.
Hey man, hey man.
And women. Bunch of dudes is just getting off on your girl just through the visuals of her. Everybody mentally has had that sack. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man.
And some people obviously physically have had that sack as well. Because if you're willing to do that with Zion, how many other basketball players, football players, entertainers has she ran through already? Man, you know what I'm saying? Look, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The mentality of some people to think that they are going to change someone or impose their will when you looked at like that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man.
It's just crazy, bro.
Look, man. OnlyFans, porn star, all that. Look, you're Stormy Daniels 2.0, man. You're Stormy Daniels 2.0. Your ass done got a salary. She had a monthly salary, 160 bands behind this dude, man. Meaning more so you're a simp, one. You feel me? Two, I just love how the roles just switched. You feel me? Because normally the dude be trying to expose the sex tape, not the girl. And she's the one exposing that. You don't know that, like, you're the one receiving. You feel me? He's having a blast. And it can't be no negative thing on his end because, especially if he's performing like a big dog, giving her all type of duck moves. You feel me? Then other dogs gonna be like, oh, I want that too. Now, you feel me? I want that too. You feel me? The ball is on fire.
And I'm gonna get them bands too. And I'm gonna get them bands too. It's like
exactly. You know? So you know, I don't see the negative with him. I mean, it just shows that he's an unfaithful young guy, which is not surprising, especially you give this guy this big contract. You know, he's a star. I mean, this is not new, man. They've been doing that. Cheerleaders in high school was throwing the sack at the basketball players, football players. Then you get into college, even when it comes to recruiting, you know, some of these recruiters use some of them bops and some of these manglers on the actual campus to sway a dude in that direction. You feel me? And then now you get to the majors or the NBA or the league. You feel me? Yeah. And Now you get some real money, and you getting paid 160 bands a month. Hold up, man. All I need to do is just do this. You feel me? Like, hold up. I do this for the dudes in the hood, and all they do is give me a 5 for 5. I'm getting 160. Oh, no. Hey, come take this, man. You feel me? What you doing? Where your girl is at? She's home? Okay. After you chilling with her, come to me, you feel me? Because she know her role. That girl, she knew her role, and now she's mad that he don't want to be with her. And you should have known, like you said, on Snapchat, this is how we communicate. Snapchat is a reason. Snapchat is for the cheaters. They do shit on Snapchat and it disappears. I never had a Snapchat. You feel me? Because I don't need the bullshit. You feel me? But this young generation, Zion, I feel you. You try to be smart, but you know, some people, they screenshot the messages and this, that, and the other. But again, it don't matter because you're not the girl. You're the guy. Who cares you're a dog? Nobody cares. You feel me? Yeah. Most women know that athletes are dogs, so it doesn't matter. Now, she's saying that she's going to come out with the sex tape. Go ahead and come out with it. One, you're going to have other doms wanting to know what I'm working with. You feel me? Hopefully, you're not looking sick. You feel me? If you looking sick, then, hey, put a stop to the sex tape. You feel me? But again, he's Kim Kardashian right now. What happened to Kim Kardashian when she had the sex tape with Ray J? She became the Kim Kardashian. She used to be a butler. Kim Kardashian used to be a butler, and when she came out with that sex tape, she became a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, a guru, like Guru Gene, a guru. You feel what I'm saying? She became one of these pillars to the Kardashian family. Now look at her sister, billionaires, this, that, and the other. Like, so again, it could be a positive thing for him. It's going to be a negative thing for her because you're a smut. You feel me? At least Kim Kardashian came out with the sex tape, but she made it seem like it was Ray J that did it. The smart thing to do. You feel me? Because you got to be a mutt. You feel me? To want your goodies out. You feel me? For the world to see. Not only is, you're seen nude, you're seen over here getting handled. You over here seen giving toppy. You over here doing all these. Oh no. Okay. But again, it is what it is. Drake got through it. He'll get through it. You feel me? I mean, what? Pusha T. What you thought? You thought Drake? Yeah. Well, you thought his career was gonna be over after he done had the kid with the porn star? No, he's still Drake. He still got the money, and you're still Pusha T. Nobody's booking you, and that's the same thing that's gonna happen with Zion. Zion's gonna be like, man, over here, I'm Drake. I'm Zion. They don't. You see what we saying? We say Zion. We're not saying Zion Williamson. You feel me? Certain people, their name speaks alone. When you say Zion, when you say Jordan, when you say LeBron, he's one of those people. Drake. Yeah. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, this is what happens. But again, I feel sorry for him again because he continues to make these bad choices because the same girl that he got the kid with, she was at Boosie party doing it. I got video. You feel me?
I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it. Cause she was doing all type of tricks. Magical tricks, you feel me? And you know how Boosie get down, so I'm just saying, you feel me? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. So this brings me to my next question, though, Wes. You want Zion in Miami?
No.
Neither do I, because if you're making bad decisions like that, you know what I'm saying? Why come to the thought capital of the world down here? I mean, maybe not the capital, but one of the biggest capitals when it comes to thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, she lives down here. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. The one that's been messing with him lives down here. So she gonna be a distraction. You obviously are distracted. You know, this dude is gonna be in I don't know what's the popular strip club that's out now. The Office. He's gonna be at the Office, you know, like every other day. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're gonna be taking all that cash.
Taking all of that.
You know about that 160 he was giving her?
Yeah, and then Goon's gonna be waiting outside, man. It's just not the place for him. Although he culture is the best thing for him because he needs to be kind of whipped into shape, and he needs that discipline that heat culture will
But
provide for him. But you
but
can't help,
availability is the best ability.
right? And you can't
He's never
help
available.
people that don't want to help themselves. You
There
know what
you
I'm saying?
go.
And I don't think he is one of those guys for me that wants to continue to help himself to be a really great basketball player. I think
Exactly.
he's just a naturally talented, gifted player that could be great, could be one of the best ever if he applied himself.
Shit.
But you've been in the league a while now, and just like Stephen A said, like apparently your lower extremities was compromised.
Hey, you was smashing that dumb raw. That's what I'm
that's,
saying. You was smashing her raw.
that's the other thing too. That's the other thing. And then the other girl goes into like detail talking about, oh, you spit in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? That you finished in my mouth and
Yeah.
stuff like
Dirty
that. I
language.
was just like, damn, why is she going so graphic? We already knew that was going down. You didn't have to tell
Mhm.
us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
Why
boy,
put
you
this business? Have some decency for yourself. You know,
hopefully.
she ain't got no decent. Obviously, she doesn't have a lot of decency because what you know, she's a porn star, OnlyFans, whatever. But like the decency that you're going into with your sexual acts for a guy that played you. You know what I'm saying?
He
The
didn't
guy
play her.
he
She the one.
did.
Think about it. She was getting paid 160. He paid for the bubba.
You know what? I mean, played her, and I guess you know what? You're right. I don't think he really played her. She's just dumb. She's just
Yeah.
dumb as hell because like for you to think that he ain't gonna have other girls, you know what I'm saying, on the side or have a main lady, you know what I'm saying? You think you the main lady? You really do? Contacting him on Snapchat?
He
It's
got
just
his
crazy, man. It's just crazy. And I don't want him 10 feet of the arena down there in Miami, you know what I'm saying? Or, 10 states. I don't want him 10 states close, you know what I'm saying? Like,
especially since UD retired, our anchor to our culture. He retired, so I definitely don't need people fucking shit up. Zion, you can stay over there. I'm sorry.
right, exactly. UD is probably could be your only hope to resurrecting your career. But at this point, nah, man. It's a no-go for me.
Hey, you feel me? Like, hey, did you hear about that Conor McGregor situation that was happening?
Yes, I did, bro. It's kind of disgusting, man.
It's bullshit.
It's really like for them to go into those type of details. That
Yeah,
means
you
that
probably
means
didn't hear
shoot,
everything.
huh?
You probably didn't hear everything because they got video of her after she said she allegedly got raped, like of her chilling and laughing and having a good time with him and his friends. So if you got raped, how are
That was
you
before or after.
laughing after they got video of her after they
Oh,
got
I
video of
didn't see that.
before and they got video of the after. I seen the after and they was like sitting down and they were laughing and joking around, her, him, other people around. So I don't understand how if you just got raped, you're not distraught, you didn't run for safety, or how can you just be sitting with this dude and laughing and smiling? You just took the side if that's what you alleging. You feel me? So for me, I think it's some bullshit. People gonna be like, "Oh, you always gonna say that? That's what a man gonna go ahead and say." I'm just saying what the video showed me. The video showed me like you just got raped, right? How are you having a good time? How are you having a good time? You should be so humiliated and distraught and feel so disgusted.
Yeah,
You
you
feel
guys
me? Like,
send me that video because I did not know about that part of the story at all.
yeah, definitely need to send you that video too. And that's what I was saying. When I seen it originally, first they were talking about how he done, knocked out Bernie, you feel me? And it was supposed to be a skit for his little
What's up with
vibe.
that though? What's up with that though? How you gonna knock out Bernie? And like Bernie's literally on the ground, already
Hey,
knocked out, not moving, and he come with the haymaker while he's on the ground. Like, what's wrong, buddy?
I think it was supposed to be a promo for his. He had something that he was selling, got in contact with the Heat. The Heat went ahead and gave him like a promotion, and
I
you
mean,
feel me,
I
stuff
get
like
that.
that.
I get all of that, but like,
He
bruh,
he probably
like,
just didn't. He probably didn't know um how hard. Well, he know how hard he punched, but he probably didn't know how soft the actual material of the Bernie costume was. He probably thought if I hit it,
don't
it's
don't
like
don't give him no excuse. He need to be defending Bernie, man.
no.
Bernie.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to rationalize it because if you're on the Heat, you're with the Heat right now. They're giving you time to promote whatever you promote, and you feel me. Not only is it a game, is a NBA Finals game. I don't think that you're gonna do anything going left to go against the Miami Heat right now. I think it really was an accident. I heard that him and Bernie made up this, that, and the other. But then, like 2 days later, then you got the story about this girl alleging that he raped her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? You feel me? And then you had the Miami Heat went ahead and gave out a statement, and they're like, they're investigating as well. But I seen the video after. You feel me? And for somebody that got raped, but I don't know. You feel me? You got motherfuckers nowadays that if you talking about Bill Cosby and all these R. Kelly, they going back 30, 40 years. So you feel me? She could probably say, I was so in shock, I didn't know what to do at the time, but you chose to drink and vibe up more. That's the thing that made me feel some type of way. Like,
But where did that video come from though? Like, who put it
I
out?
think it was from a restaurant or wherever they was chilling at. Miami got cameras. You feel me? Wherever they were having their celebration at was a video of the video from the place. You feel me? So I'm just like, yo, that's why Conor McGregor and his team said, they got evidence that, none of this is happening, did happen, and this, that, and the other. And I kind of want to side with him if you got evidence of you just, kiki smiling with me after I just took the sack. I don't think any normal female would be acting the way you was acting. And that's the reason why I come up with my conclusion that you on a money plot right now, because nowadays that's the plot. The plot is, let me go ahead, even though it's not true, let's settle. We'll settle. You feel me? But people like Conor McGregor is going to be like, no, we taking this to court because this is my name. This is rape. People going to be looking at me like a rapist. You feel me? I mean, Michael Jackson was exonerated, right? People still think that he raping kids. Okay, cool. You got O.J. Simpson exonerated. They still think that he killed his wife and the dude. So again, you want to make sure that, hey, we gonna nip this in the bud. And if you gotta do some jail time, then that's what it is. But we spoke on this before, when people could come out with statements that they're false and nothing happens to these people that's lying. You feel me? Once it comes out that you're lying, then what happens? If I'm a multimillionaire and you don't have no money, Marcus, what are you gonna give me? You gonna give me the little money that you have, the nothing? You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, what happened? So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I like when I first heard the story, I was like, damn, again, because this ain't the first time he's in a situation like this with a rape or sexual assault situation. So I think part of the blame is on him because he keeps putting himself in these type of situations or trying to mess with these dimes that are on a money grab. But at the same time, yeah, if what you say is true, then yeah, there's some bullshit, and they need to pay too, shit, because like you smearing somebody's name in the limelight, and if they didn't do that, and you wanted to go into that bathroom and do something with him, and now you call it rape, then that should be an offense in itself. But yeah, but the thing with like rape or sexual assault or something like that, it's always a he say she say type of thing, you know.
Definitely.
And thank God there's cameras out there that's proven wrong, because like if there wasn't that situation that you named, everybody would just assume, like me, who didn't even know about the situation, thinking that he's just a rapist. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. Cameras can save your life, man.
Yeah.
Cameras can save your life. They can save your life. But let's try to end this with some good news. You got Michael Jordan He wind up selling. He wind up selling his team, his portion of the team. You feel me?
It's
That
about
was his
it's
only
about damn
blemish was
time, bro.
not being able
It's
to
about
be a
time.
good. Um,
I'm saying it's about
you
time
feel me?
because
Hopefully
that team has
now
been
we
trashed,
can start
man.
winning.
That team has been trashed for a long time,
Yeah,
and I think
I think
the only time that team was kind of okay. Actually, I don't remember a time that team was ever okay. You know what I'm saying? That it like
Grandmama, and Alonzo Mourning.
that, I'm talking about when Jordan owned them. Jordan didn't own them then. He was still playing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that like there was never a time where that team was like really a contender. And I mean, I'm not glad. I don't care about any other team but the Heat. But Jordan should have let that thing go a while ago because obviously he's one of the greatest players or the greatest player ever to play basketball, but that doesn't mean that you automatically gonna be successful at everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's usually not the case. It's usually you are not a good player or average player, and then you a good businessman, like a
Mm-hmm.
Pat Riley or like a James Jones. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Heat culture.
Or right, or you're a good player and then you do something else. There's rarities where you good at the afterlife, like a Shaq or a Charles Barkley, where you actually good at whatever you decided to do afterwards. But yeah, I'm glad he sold it for like billions of dollars.
Yeah, I
You
think he
know,
sold it for 3 million. He made 3 million off of that. He made 2 million off of Nike, and he also made I think he made like 98 million in his career playing in the league. So yeah, Jordan's gonna land on his feet, man. Like, come on, man.
of course.
Everybody got J's. Everybody in your family, somebody got some J's. You feel
Yeah,
me? So again, at the end of the day, um, I'm not gonna really um feel any type of way because at the end of the day, that's somebody that we grew up on, and he wound up buying a team. I don't necessarily like. I don't know if I like his personality or don't like his personality because he's rarely seen, and if he is seen, um, from my perspective, he's normally a crab. I remember back in the days when Chameleonaire said he wanted to take a picture with him, and Jordan, basically said nigga, you beneath me type shit. I ain't taking a picture with you. And
yeah,
when you hear that from like your hero, your superhero, because Jordan was everybody's superhero. That
yeah,
like Mike, I want to be like Mike video, like that was true. You feel me? Three, two, one, throw the ball in the trash. You feel me? Or
yeah,
throw the paper in the trash. That's all Jordan. You feel me? Jordan or
yeah.
Kobe.
I'm
And,
gonna I'm gonna admit something to you right now, which is a very similar situation. Like
and
I was working for a company where I was fortunate to ride on a private jet. So I was on a private airport.
mm-hmm.
And guess who I seen? This was in New York. I seen I seen Dan Marino, bro. I saw Dan Marino and I saw him and I said this was like I don't maybe I want to say '07 or '08 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started talking to him. I was like, "Yo, what's going on, man? I'm a Dolphins fan. We're all from Miami," and he just blew us off, man. He just blew us off. Didn't want to talk to us. He was like, "Yeah, he just basically ignored us." You know what I'm saying? And it was like not just me; it was other people, non-black people, with me, and he just blew us off. And ever since that time, it just made me think like, oh, so what they've been saying about Dan Marino is true. Because most people say that he's an asshole. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? When we used to watch him, he was always yelling at the O line, always yelling at the wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? And for me, from that point on, like I was never really a Dan Marino guy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Dan Marino for all the joy that he brought with me growing up watching the Dolphins because they won a lot of games, never won a Super Bowl. And that's probably the reason why, you know, like I'm pretty sure like a lot of players didn't want to play with him or I think he probably caused so much turmoil, like in the locker room, where they just didn't have enough camaraderie to really produce a championship. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're Dan Marino and I'm a wide receiver, you think I'm gonna die for that damn ball if you crab majority of the time? Nah,
right,
you need to
right,
throw it right in my hand. If you want me to
exactly,
dive, hell nah, I'm not doing that because I'm gonna injure myself and possibly get released, possibly not get a new contract, and you still gonna be the boy wonder Dan Marino. So yeah, man, I heard that shit too about Dan Marino too, but I never met him in person. Happy that you met him in person to give us that personal story behind him, because again, majority of these people, majority of these celebrities, people think that these celebrities care about them. They really don't. They
yeah,
really don't. I mean, the only person that I actually see now is kind of like relatable to the fans was either Pac or either Cardi B. Because Cardi B, like she really be talking how she normally talk at the crib.
oh yeah,
She used
yeah,
to make fun of her teeth, and she
yeah,
tell personal stories about how so, and that's a female. But that's the only person that only two people that I really felt was genuine, and DMX, that genuine behind, because I don't think they really care how you feel about them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Certain when you don't care about how people feel about you, you get the real,
yeah,
and in the majority of the time, that's how I am as well. You feel me? I know I see a lot of crazy things or unfavorable things because a lot of people not thinking the way I think, but that's the whole point of you being you. You gotta be able to have tough skin behind your decisions, your choices, your statements, how you live your life and stuff like that. And those the three people that I kind of feel like in a celebrity light that are real genuine. And
yeah,
hearing your story and the Michael Jordan story, like these
yeah.
people are crabs. They're born crabs.
I got one more story for you, but this was actually a good story.
Okay.
I was in a gentleman's establishment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This was back. It was around that time too. It was like early 2000s or something like that.
Hmm.
And guess who I see? And I was at Coco's, man. Yeah, Coco's. Everybody remember Coco's.
Hmm.
Um, Coco's
Just
is
think about
something
the
else.
name.
I don't even remember what it's called now, or if it's even still there. But I saw Lawrence Taylor. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, I'm a secondary Giants fan. I was like, yo, it's Lawrence
Unfortunate.
Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was legit my favorite player when I was like a real jit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
watching the Giants play. And then he was just chilling, vibing, and then he had a stack of ones about this tall, chill, chilling with him. You know what I'm saying? Girls
This is
talking to him.
before people make it rain. This is before that.
Before that, he probably started the movement. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, "Yo, you Lawrence Taylor, right?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yo, legit, man. I'm a Giants fan. You know what I'm saying? And I used to watch you, and I started naming other players on the team that I used to watch. He was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He gave me a big stack of ones and just gave it to me. I was like, "What, for real?" He was like, "Yeah, man, have fun." I was like, "Yo, for real."
Oh,
Dapped them up, and that was it. I was just like, "Yo, that was crazy." Lawrence Taylor gave me a stack of ones, you know.
oh man,
Yeah,
what? That's what's up, what? And,
yeah.
and,
So
and guys
it all
that's listening,
depends.
huh?
So it all depends. And the funny story about that, like a week later, dude gets like that's when he gets in that like controversy where he was like with a minor in a hotel room. Like that happened like a week later, you know?
That
That shit was
happened in
crazy.
Miami.
I think so. I think that happened in
Yeah,
Miami.
but you can't blame that shit on them, man. Them motherfucking script club joints. They be hiring young people that look fucking grown. I don't know what the fuck is in the water down here, but you feel me? Like I remember seeing that R. Kelly on tape a long time ago when I was younger, and I'm like, that girl does not look like my age. She looked
Yeah.
older. You feel me? But hey, it is what it is. It's your job to go ahead and do your proper investigation, especially as a man, to make sure that you don't put yourself in a certain position. Because a lot of dimes lie. All they see is that check or that green,
Yeah.
and sometimes it turns the best people into the worst people. You feel me?
Yeah.
But hey,
So
it
it
is
all
what it is.
depends. It all depends on the celebrity, man. So some people down to earth and some people are assholes. Just like
Yep.
life.
Now. Speaking of celebrities, we're gonna end this with this. My bad. I'll let you end it because I know you was going crazy. Because I know I was going crazy when I heard who Lionel who
Oh,
Lionel Messi to the
oh man.
Antonio. Like, no, you gotta be lying. You gotta be lying. I'm checking my
Yeah.
phone. It's going
Yeah,
crazy. I check on ESPN. You know they don't talk about us on ESPN.
yeah,
Oh, we on ESPN.
yeah. Yeah,
Tell
shit
me,
crazy,
please.
man.
Tell
It
me,
was
because
this has been a story that's been going on for like 2-3 years, and nobody was believing it. Nobody was like, Messi coming to
I
MLS.
did.
Like, why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, lo and behold, like, I still didn't believe it. The first time I seen it, I was like, is this shit real? I had to look it up and had to look for like 3 other sources saying the same thing for me to really believe it. And I was like, oh man, this shit is crazy. But you know what I'm mad about though, man? I should have bought season tickets, man. Cause you know how much money I would have made off of them shits? No. I should have bought season tickets in the moment because everything's sky high now. Ain't nobody gonna pay $300 to go and see. And I mean they're gonna be people to pay for it, but not me. I'm gonna just watch it on TV.
TV.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with Miami this year. Even the Marlins are doing good. That's why I got my Marlins hat on, man. Even the Marlins are like right now. If the season ended right now, they would be in the playoffs. So shit is crazy this year, man. But shout out to the Heat. Shout out to the Panthers. The great seasons. Shout out to the Hurricanes basketball team, the women's basketball team, Nova, Southeastern basketball team. Shout out to the baseball team, even though they made it to the tournament, but they got a new coach on the way. And here's the controversy I wanted to say about that. That so I heard there was a player, T. Martin. I don't know if you know who T. Martin is, but T. Martin was a quarterback for Tennessee, and he won a championship for Tennessee college football.
Okay.
He was actually he's a black quarterback. He always gets forgotten because everybody thinks about Peyton Manning, who also went to Tennessee. But Peyton Manning never won a college championship. But this guy did, T. Martin, the year after Peyton Manning was there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, T. Martin has a son who plays baseball and football. And he got a scholarship to the University of Miami. And from what I heard, he wasn't being treated very fairly on the team. Like, just I don't want to go into a lot of details about it. But from what I hear, I'm just gonna let your imagination go with this. But he wasn't being treated very fairly on a team.
Motherfucker was racist as fuck.
On a team that there were no other black players on. You know what I'm saying?
You hear what I just said? That nigga was racist as fuck. I'm gonna say it. He was racist as fuck. I'm gonna read between the lines, and his ass was not giving him the shot that he was supposed to get. He was putting other people in front of him, or probably not giving him proper playing time because he has an underground beef with how he actually looked, or he has an underground beef with the dad because of the dad's success. These are the type of people that we need to eliminate and get out of. I wouldn't say get out of the United States. I don't want to just kill people and stuff like that. But we need to just I don't understand people. We're in 2023 and people still racist. People still have hidden agendas. Again, I truly feel like, of course, you're going to go look out for your own first. But if I'm over here there's a better player and I'm not playing him just because of whatever reason, religion, dreads, golds, how I look, how I dress. You know what I mean? I think that's a problem. And if that was the problem, which I think is the problem, Marcus didn't say it, I said it because I know how to read between the lines. I think he
Yeah.
needed to go ahead and resign. And I think resigning was the worst thing. He should have got fired, because when you resign, people tend to be like, oh, he resigned. He probably was going through something personal, and we really know like it's something deeper than that. So it
Yeah,
is what
I
it
mean,
is.
yeah, I heard from a little birdie told me about that story after he resigned, because it was a shock to everybody, because he's tied in. His family is tied in with the Miami baseball program. He went to he played at Miami, so it was kind of a shock that it happened. Although the team has been like how the football team is held to this high standard, believe it or not, the baseball team is as well, and the fact that they just make it to the tournament is not good enough. It's almost like the season didn't even happen.
Hey,
That's how hardcore Miami Hurricanes baseball fans really feel.
mhm.
So I mean, no other team besides Texas has more college World Series championship appearances. It's just Miami and Texas. So, and then they
Okay.
lost to Texas in the tournament. So it left a salty taste in everybody's mouths, but it was definitely a surprise. But that is the controversy. It hasn't officially come out, but this is kind of an exclusive thing that you hear from me. But that's the fallout. And I heard T. Martin may, his dad may take legal action against the program and the university. So he that's not confirmed yet, possibility, but if it happens, where you heard it first.
Definitely,
What I'm saying?
definitely. Well,
So that's the case with them, but yeah, let's go Marlins, you know what I'm saying? And the Dolphins, let's see, we'll save Dolphins talk for another
yeah,
day.
we'll say that. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
but just lastly, real quick about the Miami Hurricanes football team,
Hmm.
their last commit that they got, ooh, that boy good. That boy is
That
good.
boy good.
That boy good. That
You
the
talking about
running
the
back.
tight end, or you talking about the running back?
Talking about the running back. That tight end is
Okay.
good too. Matter of fact, we have a film review coming on the tight end, coming either tonight or tomorrow. So
And y'all
you'll
can
really
go
get
ahead
it.
and watch that on canescounty.com,
Facts.
Storm Tracker podcast. You feel me?
Yep.
He definitely gonna give you the exclusive and more detail behind that.
Yeah.
Not just the University of Miami football team, but baseball team and so on and so on. Anything University of Miami, you're gonna go to the plug in Marcus Benjamin.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin Riley is the player. Is really gonna be a good one, man. If you see his tape, if you got a chance to see his tape, you're gonna be like, whoa, because he got the perfect blend of speed and power. He can run you over. He can run around you. He's very sharp cuts. He's just a really dynamic running back. He's the type of running back that you expect to see at the University of Miami that you haven't seen probably since Mark Walton and Lamar Miller and
Okay.
Duke Johnson. He's like
Ooh.
that. He's that type of running back. He's really that good.
You over here. You over here
Yeah,
like you whispering, like boy, you're like, boy, you giving me all this, like you hollering at a dumb, because everything you saying, I'm like, ooh, ooh, hold up. I'm like, for real, you just giving me good shit right now. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
love to hear that
definitely.
shit, man.
He's that guy. Now the tight end, I'm not. Tight ends are kind of hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? You could get like a Brevin Jordan type or Will Mallory type, or he could be better, or he could be worse. You just kind of don't know until they really hit the college football field. But as far as running back, I think running back is one of those positions that really translates well from high school to college to even to the pros. I think from a college running back to an NFL running back, that's really the position that they start playing immediately. Like running backs that come out of college, you already scouting them for fantasy football because you already know they're gonna get the ball.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I'm really excited about him, Kevin Riley. I really think he's gonna be a great player. There's a lot more coming soon. Definitely tune in to canescounty.com for more. Big visit weekend coming up this weekend. Jeremiah Smith, the 5-star, is going to be visiting Miami this weekend.
Hopefully, he
Uh,
ain't going to Ohio State.
right. He's still committed to Ohio State, still saying the right things about Ohio State. but you never know. I personally spoke to the wide receivers coach, Kevin Beard, last week, or yeah,
Mhm.
Thursday last week, and I see why the kids are in love with him, man. He's a really down to earth dude. He talk, you know, like you could tell when you're talking to somebody that they trying to figure out if you wasting their time or not. You could tell he was truly invested in what I was saying and what I was talking about. And I could tell that's what the kids are really bonding to. And he played at the U too. Kevin Beard, I don't know if you remember him, but he
Of
played on the,
course.
yeah, he played on the 2001 team. He's on that championship team.
He was not the
So
main guy, but he was
yeah,
he
he
was a
wasn't the
he was
main
a
guy,
beast
but
too.
yeah, exactly. He was on the team, so and he was a starter, so he was obviously good enough. But yeah, he's just a really great guy. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he was able to pull Jeremiah Smith in. The last time I talked to Jeremiah Smith about a month ago, he said that Kevin Beard really touched him in a
Hmm.
conversation. Like he
Oh
really hit,
my God.
no, like he really hit home with him. So I was
Yes.
like, man, so it's a possibility, man. I think the only thing that Ohio State has over us is NFL draft picks. These kids want to go to the league. Ohio State has put in that last, I mean, Garrett Wilson, Nick Jigba, Chris Olave. These are all players that were drafted in the first round. And then they're going to have another one with Marvin Harrison Jr., um, going to be another first rounder. And then Brandon Ennis is over there, who's from down here as well. He was teammates with him in 7-on-7 down here for South Florida Express. So that is what is going to possibly keep him committed to Ohio State. But everything else says he's probably going to flip to Miami. You know.
Hey, well, we'll wait. We'll see. And yeah, y'all definitely could go ahead and get more of that information, like we said before, on canescounty.com. Exclusively, y'all can go ahead and watch my dog Marcus on the Storm Tracker podcast. Follow him on Instagram. Follow us too, the MarcWes Sports Podcast and Canes County on
Sure.
all platforms. That's
Yep.
Instagram, YouTube. That's everything. Subscribe, like, share. You feel me? Even if you're not liking it, like and subscribe and share. But yeah, this is
Yep.
gonna conclude this episode of the MarcWes Sports Podcast. Until the next episode,
Peace.
peace. But yeah, Marcus, nigga got some mangoes over here, boy. I got them Haitian mangoes. You feel me?